The Ministry of External Affairs (MEA) held a special briefing on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to China for the SCO summit. The Ministry of External Affairs (MEA) held a special briefing on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ongoing visit to China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit in Tianjin. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri confirmed that PM Modi's first engagement on the visit was a bilateral meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. This marks the second meeting between the two leaders within a year, following their previous interaction in Kazan last October. During that earlier meeting, both leaders had outlined strategic guidelines and set key goals for the advancement of India-China bilateral relations. Foreign Secretary Misri emphasized that both leaders reaffirmed their shared focus on domestic development. They agreed that India and China are partners in progress rather than rivals. A consensus emerged that a stable and amicable relationship between the two Asian giants is vital for the 2.8 billion people who live in both countries. The leaders also noted that while differences exist, they should not be allowed to escalate into disputes. Misri highlighted that both sides see a cooperative India-China relationship as essential for realizing the vision of an Asian century and a multipolar world with Asia at its core. PM Modi and President Xi acknowledged the momentum gained in bilateral relations since their previous meeting in Kazan, especially in enhancing geopolitical contacts. They discussed their respective understandings of key principles that will guide future engagements and cooperation. The boundary issue was addressed during the talks. Misri said both leaders took note of the successful disengagement and relative peace in border regions over the past year. PM Modi underscored the importance of maintaining peace and tranquility along the line of actual control (LAC) as a foundation for smoother bilateral ties. President Xi proposed 4 key steps to elevate the India-China relationship. PM Modi responded positively to all 4 points. The two leaders exchanged views on increasing and balancing bilateral trade, fighting terrorism, cooperating on transborder rivers, and enhancing mutual investments. PM Modi extended an invitation to President Xi for the BRICS summit India will host in 2026, which she accepted and pledged full support. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri announced that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to address the plenary session of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit, where he will present India's vision for enhancing regional cooperation. Following this, PM Modi will hold a bilateral meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin before concluding his visit and departing for India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a brief but significant meeting with Kai Chi, member of the Chinese Communist Party's Politburo Standing Committee, after a planned banquet was cancelled due to scheduling conflicts. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri said the meeting underscored China's high regard for the visit, which comes after nearly 7 years. PM Modi shared his broader vision for India-China ties and emphasized the importance of implementing the consensus reached with President Xi Jinping earlier in the day. Mr. Kai reaffirmed China's commitment to expanding bilateral cooperation and addressing mutual economic concerns. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri says, Prime Minister welcomed the announcement of elections in Myanmar and stated that dialogue was the only way forward to foster peace and stability in Myanmar. The Prime Minister had a bilateral meeting with Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, Chairman of the State Security and Peace Commission of Myanmar. The Prime Minister noted that India attaches great importance to its relations with Myanmar under its Neighbourhood First and Act East policies. He underlined the importance of the development partnership between the two countries and sought Senior General Min Aung Hlaing's support for the ongoing connectivity projects between India and Myanmar. There was also a discussion on the security and border issues. Prime Minister welcomed the announcement of elections in Myanmar and stated that dialogue was the only way forward to foster peace and stability in Myanmar. The discussions reflected a mutual desire to work on long-term goals based on mutual respect, interest, and sensitivity. Both leaders agreed to pursue a fair and mutually acceptable resolution of the boundary issue, grounded in the broader political perspective of bilateral relations. As Misri concluded, PM Modi and President Xi shared their perspectives for the long-term growth and development of the two countries, a vision that will